I first fell in love when I was 14 years old. He had these Gene blue eyes, and every time I see him, he was just so handsome and funny and nice, and I just couldn't get enough of him. It was like, yeah, I found the one. He's the one, you know?
She was just... I can't even describe how cute she was. I mean, she'd do this thing when she's nervous where her nose would twitch. It was just the cutest thing. I was a few years older, but she was just too perfect to not think about.
We were together, I think, it was like forever. Even like after 3 months, every time he touched my hand with his, I just get these tingles and I'd blush. So when he asked me to move in with him, of course I said yes.
Those first few months when we lived together, it was just... I don't know what you'd call it. It felt like this was meant to be. We were meant to be together like this forever. We were just so happy, but... I don't know what really happened between us once I started working so many shifts.
I was too young to get a job, I guess, and I passed out resumes, nobody would hire me. But he took extra shifts to help pay for food and buy little presents for me, and some days we would fight and some days we'd just talk. I don't know, when we just started like fighting every day and more with the stress had his job. He just came home one day and I was sick, so I couldn't do much around the house, and he just got mad and he just hit me, just right across the face.
I don't know what came over me. It was just too much anger. I haven't been sleeping right, people at work were being jerks, and I just couldn't hold it in. The look she gave me after, dear God, it was one of the most brutal expressions. After a few days, she just had this mark on her cheek. She was so cute, but now she has this mark on her, and it was me who put it there. It was just brutal.
It wasn't the last time he did it. It just kind of escalated from there. We'd fight more and more, and I think I gave him a slap like once or twice, but sometimes he'd just come over and push me or make me repeat things that he said to me once, and if I got like one word wrong, he'd just tell me off. I had no job, I had no friends. He was the only one I really had. I couldn't just leave him. He's been my whole life for years now.
Every time I hit her, I apologized. I felt like garbage and rubbish every time. I'd do it for hours. Afterwards, I'd just apologize to her over and over. I started buying her things like flowers and rings. I love this girl, but for whatever reason, I just kept hitting her and yelling at her. I loved her so much, but everything she did at the time pissed me off.
I just think, what happened? I'd consider leaving him, but then I'd find this little box with a new bracelet in it and a little apology note from him, and it's hard to stay mad at him, so I stayed until he asked me to marry him.
We were together for 2 years, and I could tell she was considering leaving me. And the thought of her with someone else was just the worst feeling. I knew she'd say yes. So I asked her if she'd marry me, and she said yes, as I suspected, and it's like our hearts started beating again. It was incredible. We started cuddling again and telling each other we loved each other for no real reason, like we're supposed to. It was incredible.
I was so excited. It was like when you're a child and Christmas is coming. Every girl wanted to get married. Every girl I knew, at least. And I had this cheap, but it was a beautiful wedding dress. And I picked out this beautiful hairpiece, and it was just going to be so beautiful. I would have looked so nice. I was just so excited.
She gave me a list of things she needed for the wedding. Just cutesy things I would have bought for her anyway, but she needed to be perfect, I guess. As I was driving, I parked in the parking lot and read the list, and she said she needed some foundation. The stuff that covers up freckles and stuff, but she needed it to cover up the marks I tended to give her, and I guess that kind of planted a seed in my head, and I just thought, oh God, and I just left.
And he went to buy me some stuff for the wedding, and he never came back. I waited. I waited for days and weeks, and I just thought he upped and left me. He must have left me. But throughout the days I waited for him to come back, the bruises on my arms started to heal.